Aaron Gordon, 14.1 points a game on the season. But again, terrible at defense. 4.8 rebounds, 0.4 steals, 0.3 blocks. But for his career, he's averaged 13.5 points a game, 6.2 rebounds, but of course, 0.7 steals and 0.6 blocks. At 6'8", listed as a power forward and small forward. Now, Aaron Gordon played for the Magic before the Nuggets. But in regards to not playing defense, he fits the team and the criteria. Christian Braun, national champion at Kansas, prior to winning an NBA championship with the Denver Nuggets, a proven winner. Christian Braun averages 15.4 points a game on the season, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. Now, he doesn't need to average blocks. Christian Braun as good as he is, should be averaging more than 1 steal as well. All it takes is a little effort, and if you're giving maximum effort, you can get 2 steals a game, sir. But Christian Braun, for his career, so he's having a somewhat of a breakout season. His career averages 9 points a game, 0.4 blocks, and 0.7 steals. But he is getting 5 rebounds this season. Now, I just went over his career stats, but as far as the season, 15.4 points a game and 5 rebounds from Christian Braun and 2 assists. Probably could be getting more assists if the ball wasn't in Nikola Jokic's hands so much. So I think it's safe to say that Christian Braun isn't the problem. Now, all these players I just named after Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, and Christian Braun. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Then we got Russell Westbrook, a proven stat producer in the NBA, has led the league in triple doubles and has averaged a triple double on more than one occasion. Russell Westbrook is averaging 13.3 points a game this season, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. And we know his assists could be a lot greater. And the rebounds, Russell Westbrook is getting older. But his points production and assist, especially, Russell Westbrook should be averaging around 8 or 9 assists. But the ball is always in Nikola Jokic's hand. Thanks to Mike Malone. For Russell Westbrook's career, he averages 21 points a game, 8 assists, 7 rebounds, 1 steal, and 0.3 blocks. Now, Russell Westbrook is aging, 16 years in the league. But Russell Westbrook is way too athletic to not be averaging a block a game for his career at least. And to not be averaging a block a game this season. Especially with the supporting cast around him. Or the other players around him. So Russell Westbrook has never really been a great defensive player. But Russell Westbrook has a great motor. Has great energy. So I ain't really about to get on Russell Westbrook. And he's new to the team. So he's fallen into the culture. That's been the culture since before Russell Westbrook got there. Now, I got 2 more players I want to highlight in an honorable mention. But I just gave you Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Christian Braun, and Russell Westbrook. The so-called supporting cast of Nikola Jokic. All averaging double figures in points. Get the fuck out of here saying Nikola Jokic doesn't have any help from his teammates. Miss me with that bullshit and get off this motherfucker's dick. Michael Porter, Jamal Murray is averaging 21 points a game, 21.6 to be exact, and 6 assists. Michael Porter Jr. is averaging 18.3 points a game and 7 rebounds. Aaron Gordon is averaging 14 points a game. He needs to definitely get more rebounds, though. He's tripping. Christian Braun is averaging 15 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Russell Westbrook is averaging 13 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking players averaging double-digit points. What more could you fucking ask for from your teammates? Get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all starting to be on some LeBron James shit with this Nikola Jokic shit. Then we have Julian Strawther. He's averaging 9 points a game, 9.2. But only 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 0 blocks, 0 steals. At 6'7", small forward, shooting guard. For his career, he's averaging 7 points a game, 1 rebound, 0 steals, 0 blocks. But Julian Strawther is averaging close to 10 points a game. But the common denominator, no defense. 0.3 blocks and 0.6 steals on the season. And for his career, 0.5 steals, 0.2 blocks. Then we got Peyton Watson, averaging 8 points a game. 3 rebounds, 1 assist. 3.4 rebounds, 1.4 assists. And he's at least getting 1 block at 6'8", small forward shooting guard. But 0 steals. Career 6.8 points a game, 3 rebounds, 1 block, 0.5 steals. But he's young, he's 6'8", and at least he's averaging a block. He's averaging 1 block more than Nikola Jokic and Michael Porter Jr. I didn't even know Michael. I thought Michael Porter Jr. was about 6'8". I didn't know he was 6'10". Get the fuck out of here, Michael Porter Jr. You're not playing any fucking defense at all. You're just shooting the ball, which you're doing a good job, 18.3 points a game. But we need defense, Mike Malone, Coach Malone. Why are you not coaching these players up to play any defense? And then we got trash-ass DeAndre Jordan. 6'11", hasn't averaged more than 5 rebounds since playing for Denver and 0 block shots. DeAndre Jordan has actually led the league in rebounding twice in 2013-14 and 14-15, 2 years in a row. And went 9 seasons averaging double-digit rebounds. So he gets to the Denver Nuggets and, like Russell Westbrook, falls into the culture. No defense, no effort on defense, and no accountability on defense. And you got Mike Malone and Nikola Jokic leading the charge. Manager and assistant manager. Fuck out of here. So there is nothing wrong with the Denver Nuggets team. They have a very good roster. Especially in Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Christian Braun, Russell Westbrook, Julian Strawther, and Peyton Watson. Now, their bench isn't really shit. But you got 5 players averaging double digits, and you still can't get the job done? And you want to keep up this narrative that Nikola Jokic doesn't have any help? Motherfucker has more than enough help. It's the coaching. Fuck out of here. And it's you, sorry motherfuckers, advocating for Nikola Jokic to get MVP, so you're disregarding what his teammates are doing. And like I said, outside of Russell Westbrook and DeAndre Jordan, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, well, not Aaron Gordon, outside of Aaron Gordon as well. But for the majority of his career, he's played under Mike Malone. And Christian Braun, they've all only played under Mike Malone. And they all average 0.0 blocks and 0 steals for their career and on this season. Oh, man. Like I said, the only one that averages 1 steal is Christian Braun. Oh, and Jamal Murray. But we can get about 2 steals, maybe 1.8, 1.9 at least, man. At the most, 2 steals a game. And if you're playing halfway fucking hard, you can get a block. Especially your fucking center and MVP, Nikola Jokic. Never averaged a block for his career. Get the fuck out of here, bro. And like I said, Mike Malone has pretty much been the only coach for most of these players. Besides Russell Westbrook and DeAndre Jordan and somewhat Aaron Gordon. Mike Malone is not preaching defense or holding players accountable on defense. He's allowing Nikola Jokic to do whatever he wants on the court and play no defense. And relies on Nikola Jokic too much for offense. And teams have caught on. Plain and simple. Let Nikola Jokic eat and keep the rest of them niggas from eating. Mike Malone has not made any adjustments since winning his championship in 2022-23. No adjustments. Has not made any changes. And they have pretty much the same team. Minus Contavious Caldwell-Pope, Reggie Jackson. I want to say that's his name. The nigga that used to play for Oklahoma City with the glasses. And there's another player that was decent. But I know KCP and Reggie Jackson. I think his name is Reggie Jackson. I may be tripping. But y'all know who I'm talking about. The nigga that wears the glasses, bro. The Nuggets are 47-32 right now. And that'll change after tonight. Whether for the good or bad. But they play the Kings, so. And the Kings may fuck around beat them tonight. But they're 5th right now in the West and 9th overall in the NBA. I want to say they finished 2nd last year in the West. And they finished 1st when they won the championship in 22-23. They're at 5th right now. And shit, they may drop if they lose another game or two. Only have a chance of winning 50 games. There's only 3 more games left after tonight, I believe. Or maybe just 2. Yeah. There's only 3 more games left. After tonight, there'll be 2. So they only have a chance of winning 50 total games. But I doubt they get that. They'll probably lose to the Rockets of the 3 teams they play last. They won 57 games last season and 53 the year they won the finals. So the Nuggets are declining and the ownership saw the writing on the wall. So yes, it was right to get rid of Mike Malone. That's why he's walking with his head down. It'll be all right, Mike. You need to go back to the drawing board and learn how to teach some defense. You'll be straight, though. The Nuggets were better last season than the year. They were better last season than the year they won the championship, but they failed to get the job done and lost in the second round of the playoffs to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Who were a 56-win team. Decent, but not great. And I thought that they were going to win 2 in a row. These motherfuckers lost to the Timberwolves in the second round. Yes, Mike Malone, you're done. Fuck out of here. Yeah, you want us a championship, but you've been here 8 years prior to that. And you didn't make the playoffs the first 3 years. It's looking like we're one-hit wonders. Yeah, you're done. You're done, sir. And you're more worried about Nikola Jokic getting the MVP than winning. You're done, sir. Goodbye. The Nuggets were 7-5 total in last year's playoffs, from 16-4 the previous year when they won the finals. That is a decline. And they're declining even more this year. There's nothing wrong with the Nuggets roster. That's just, like I said, a recent narrative that's been brought up just to justify Nikola Jokic winning the MVP. The shit's not true. It's the coaching. And I said that in the previous video. Maybe it's the coaching, because it's definitely not the supporting cast. But honestly, in my opinion, they're a collective. There's no one that's bigger than the other, man. Because as you can see, when it's not a collective and it's just one-sided, Nikola Jokic, he's getting these triple-doubles and breaking the record. 61-point triple-double. He had a 40-point triple-double with 20 rebounds. Niggas be losing, nigga. The fuck out of here. So it's the coaching. It has nothing to do with his teammates. And it's a collective. They're not a fucking supporting cast. They're a collective. All for one, one for all, motherfucker. Jamal Murray hasn't made an all-star team because they want to keep this narrative up that Nikola Jokic is the sole reason for the Nuggets' success. In my opinion. They have not voted Jamal Murray to an all-star game. And in my opinion, there's a conspiracy to keep him from being an all-star so they can keep this fucking narrative up that Nikola Jokic, again, is the sole reason that the Nuggets are so successful. And that's not fucking true. And it seems like Mike Malone wanted it that way. So maybe Jamal Murray is happy this motherfucker's gone. Because I would be. Why aren't you advocating for Jamal Murray more? We need to hear Jamal Murray's name come out your mouth more, motherfucker. Than Nikola Jokic. Why aren't you causing an uproar because Jamal Murray isn't on the all-star team at least? That's what you need to be advocating, motherfucker, along with defense. This nigga he's got his 3 fucking MVPs that he really shouldn't have gotten. Never led the league in any statistical category at all. 1 championship. Fuck out of here, man. And Nikola Jokic's first 3 years in the league, he wasn't shit. It wasn't until the league finally turned into the league it is now that he is able to get all this shit off that he's been getting off. But like I said, this isn't real basketball they're playing. It's NBA basketball. And again, if Nikola Jokic played, and I'll even include the 70s, nigga. If Nikola Jokic played in the 70s, 80s, 90s, or 2000s, he would be a decent player. Yes, he'd be a good player. But he wouldn't be no fucking somebody considered dominating. And he damn well wouldn't be a fucking MVP. And have motherfuckers advocating for him to get his 4th MVP. It's a crying shame that he has 3. But hey, if these motherfuckers are going to let you run amok like that, Nikola Jokic, do your thing, man. If they ain't got no pride in trying to stop you or trying to, you know what I'm saying, get in the way of that shit, if they ain't no more competitive than what they've been, and I mean your peers and your opponents, then do your thing, man. But Nikola Jokic, in my opinion, isn't a fucking. I mean, he is. But in my opinion, he's not a fucking 3-time MVP. He's not even a 1-time MVP. Good player, playing great because of how the game is played today. So he's great for this era. The fuck out of here though, man. Nigga ain't gotta play against no David Robinsons. No fucking Hakeem Olajuwons, Alonzo Mournings, Dikembe Mutombos, Patrick Ewing every single night. Get the fuck out of here, bro. And like I said, Mike Malone's never advocated or tried shedding light on his other players. He's always trying to sell Nikola Jokic. And that, in my opinion, was his downfall and the Nuggets' downfall. And all this talk about the supporting cast of Nikola Jokic, or the so-called supporting cast of Nikola Jokic, like I said, it's just a false narrative. And I don't understand who it benefits to push this narrative and for Nikola Jokic to get the MVP. Evidently, Mike Malone, it didn't benefit you. So I don't know why you were doing it. You needed to be focusing on defense and winning another championship. So this narrative that people are trying to push, who is that really benefiting outside of Nikola Jokic? Because like I said, Mike Malone, that was your downfall. And that's been the Nuggets' downfall as a whole. So it's not benefiting anyone for Nikola Jokic to be the MVP. You motherfuckers aren't winning. So how about we start focusing on the team instead of just one motherfucker? Because this team is a good team with the right leadership. This team is an awesome team with the right leadership. So Mike Malone needed to go. And like I said, I don't believe Nikola Jokic got him fired. That's some bullshit narrative motherfuckers been using for clicks and views. I said, Mike Malone was on Nikola Jokic's nuts and supported the fuck out of him. Which isn't a bad thing, but he did it to a fault. Mike Malone was not preaching or teaching defense, or he wasn't teaching team defense as well as individual defense and holding players accountable or his team accountable. They're horrible at team defense and horrible individual defenders. And like I said, they done lost 7 of their last 10 games. Fuck around, lose tonight to the Kings. And their losses are so inconsistent. They're losing to mediocre teams, trash teams, and good teams. Not great teams, but good teams. But then you beat teams like the Houston Rockets, who are a good team. The Milwaukee Bucks, who are Eastern Conference final contenders. And you beat the Utah Jazz, who just absolutely suck. I think they're last in the NBA. Last place. How inconsistent is that? So like I said, the Nuggets this year, they'll more than likely finish 5th or less in the West. They haven't done that since 2021-22 when they finished 6th. 6th place in the West, that is. They finished 2nd last season and 1st when they won the NBA Finals. So if Mike Malone had continued to be their coach, they would have just continued to decline until it got worse, and then they eventually let him go anyway. So it was good to get rid of him now. Cut ties now, cut the cancer now before it gets worse. And bring a coach in who knows what to do with the talent that the Nuggets have and knows how to get the most out of them, particularly on defense. Now, them getting rid of Calvin Booth, I think, was some bullshit. This GM has brought in nothing but good players, has drafted nothing but good players, and would have continued to do that. So the firing of Calvin Booth, I don't understand, but whatever. But Mike Malone definitely had to go, man. Now, this season is probably a wash for the Nuggets. Maybe, maybe not. But it's time for new management. And it's time for Mike Malone to move on, man. And whoever their coach is coming in, I know they have an interim coach, of course. But whoever they actually decide to hire and make their new head coach needs to focus on getting these motherfuckers to play defense. If whoever their next coach is can get these motherfuckers to buy into defense and get Nikola Jokic, get the ball out of Nikola Jokic's hands so much, he doesn't need to have the ball as much as he does. If they can do those two things, figure out how to get everyone involved. Because everyone's pretty much involved. But like I said, Nikola Jokic has the ball in his hands too goddamn much. And that's the reason why they're not good. That's the reason why they're an average, mediocre team. And that's the reason why he's not going to win the MVP. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is definitely the MVP. And on top of that, for the love of fucking God, play some goddamn defense. If they can do that, I believe the Nuggets can win another championship here soon. And bring in some players, some players coming off the bench. The second unit needs to be a lot better. But if they can... Now, I'm not comparing Nikola Jokic to Michael Jordan. But if they can do what Phil Jackson did when he came to the Bulls after Doug Collins and convince... When Phil Jackson convinced Michael Jordan to relinquish some of his responsibilities with the ball and get him to understand that they're a better team if he doesn't have the ball so much. If somebody can get through to Nikola Jokic, which I'm pretty sure, I don't think Nikola Jokic is the type of player to be defiant. He's been getting away with a lot with Mike Malone, so we don't know that yet. We'll find out what type of person and player he really is with the new coach. But if someone can convince him to relinquish some of that ball handling and some of that usage for the betterment of the team, as well as play some fucking defense and get more players coming off the bench with production, I believe the Nuggets can win a championship because they're still fairly young and they have, in my opinion, a very good roster. So Mike Malone, so first and foremost, Nikola Jokic, get the fuck out of here. And you lame ass dick riders of Nikola Jokic, get the fuck out of here. There's nothing wrong with the Nuggets team or roster. It was the coach. And Mike Malone, please get your ass out of here and take your ass back to Astoria, New York, to the drawing board, and figure out how you're gonna get the next team you coach to play some fucking defense. That's all I got.